Good morning, students. Today we are going to see class 12, Computer Science, lesson 5, Python variables and operators. In last class, we discussed about tokens in Python. What are the tokens? Tokens are the smallest individual unit in a programs are called tokens. What are the tokens available? Keyword, identifiers, operators, literals, delimiters. These tokens are available in Python. In last class, we discussed about keyword and identifier, and also we discussed about operators. So operator means operator is a symbol. It performs some operations on operands. Arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, assignment operator. These four operators we are discussed in last class. I hope you are understand that. Today we are going to see another operator, conditional operator. From that word we can understand conditional. Conditional means this operator are used to check the conditions. So instead of if else statement we are using conditional operators. So conditional operators are used to check the condition. Suppose if you are writing if else statement means definitely you write more than one line, but in a single line we are writing that if else concept using conditional operator. It requires three operands, so only it's called as ternary operator. It also called ternary operator because it requires three operands. So only it called as a ternary operator. How we write the operators? The syntax of this operator is variable name equal to on true if condition is false statement. So like this, the condition is true means this part will be assigned to the variable. The condition is false means this part will be assigned to the variable name. For example, if you see one more example here, A equal to 5, B equal to 2. I'm using max. Max equal to A greater than, sorry, A if A greater than B is B. That means it check the condition. It check the condition if A is greater than B. If it is true means the A will be assigned to the max variable. Suppose if the condition is false means the B will be assigned to the variable max. Okay. So variable name. For example, what is the value of A? 5. Value of B is 2. So 5 greater than 2. It is true or false? True. True means the 5. What is the value of A? 5. 5 will be assigned to the max. So value of A is 5. 5 is assigned to max. So here I am writing maximum of two numbers. These statements are used to check the given two numbers, which one is maximum. To return the maximum value, that is greater value, greatest of two numbers. Suppose if I am writing using if else statement means I am writing here like this: A greater than B. True means max equal to A. False else means max equal to B. So here I am writing more than two lines, that is 4 lines. So the multiple lines are replaced by single line using the conditional operator. So இது multi-line if else statement single line write பண்றதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றத நம்ம என்ன சொல்லுவோம் அப்படின்னா conditional operator சொல்லுவோம். It requires three operands. One of A is one of the operand, condition is one operand, else part is one operand. Totally it uses three operands. So only it called a ternary operator. In previous class we discussed four operators: arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, and assignment operator. These operators are called binary operators because these operators are required only two operands. So only it is called a binary operator. But in this operator called ternary operator because it requires three operands. So only it's called a ternary operator. Another name of conditional operator is ternary operator. If you want to check condition means the time you are using this conditional operator. So it is used to replace the multi-line if else statement into a single line. Okay. So this operator is enough. The next token is literals, sorry, delimiters. Delimiters means like a punctuator. In C++ we studied punctuator. Here it's called a delimiters. Delimiters means it set the boundary. For example, parenthesis is a delimiter, semicolon is a delimiter, comma is a delimiter, square bracket is a delimiter. For example, when you write a function, we represent the parameters inside the parentheses. So it is the boundary of the parameters. It is a boundary of parameter, the boundary represented by parentheses. So it is called a delimiter. Suppose if I am representing a list means I am using square bracket. It's a boundary of list. So it started from here. When we complete the list, we are using closing bracket. So the square bracket are used to represent the boundary of the list. In these parentheses are used to represent the boundary of parameters or boundary of tuple, whatever it is. Semicolon means it is used to end of the statement. Here not using semicolon for end of the statement. In C++ only we are using this. Okay. Comma are used to separate the variables. If you are declare or use more than one variable means separate one variable to another using comma operator. So these delimiters are used to separate the region. It may be parenthesis, square bracket, semicolon, comma. These are called delimiters. In C++, we called as punctuator. Here, we called as delimiters. So, delimiters means set the boundary. Next token is literals. Keyboard, identifiers, operators, delimiters. These things are completed. Last one is literals. Literals is nothing but raw data given to a variable. In C++, we read as constant. Literals means constant. The same way here also. Literals means raw data given to a variable. That is, if I am assigning a value 5 to a means 5 is a literal. So assigning value to a variable is called as literal. Three types of literals are in Python. First one is numeric literal. Next, Boolean literal. Another one is string literal. Numeric literal means it contains the numbers. It may be a decimal number or floating point number or complex number, whatever it is. It is called a numerical literals. It is an immutable one. Immutable means we cannot change the value. Once it is assigned means we cannot change the value at runtime. So immutable means constant. Okay. So numeric literals means it contains numbers. Next, Boolean literals means if the value is true or false. String literals means sequence of characters enclosed with single or double or triple quotes. Now we are going to briefly see about these literals. First one is numeric literals. Numeric literals means numbers. Okay. So it has a category int, floating point literals. Next one, complex number. Real and imaginary parts are called a complex number. Integer means represent the whole numbers. Already you know that the integer, decimal, octal, hexadecimal, binary, these are come under the integer literals. Floating point literals means representation of exponent. Complex means real and imaginary part, like this 3 plus 4i. 3 is a real part, 4i is a imaginary part. So real and imaginary part are represented as a complex number. These comes under the numerical literal category. Now we see one more example for to explain the literals, numerical literals. If I am assigning a value a equal to 100 means it is considered as a numerical literal, that is basically decimal. Okay, it considered as a decimal. Suppose if I am using the numeric literal begin with 0 and O, that considered as a octal literals. 0b means it considered as a binary literal. 0x means it considered as a hexadecimal literals. Okay, this is the decimal literal, this one is octal, this one is binary literal, this one is hexadecimal literals. Suppose if I print that value means what is the result of this value? Print. If you want to display the output on screen means using print statement. Using print statement only you can print the value. So print of a comma b comma c comma d means the output is what is the value of a 100? 100 will be printed as it is on the screen. Now you are using here octal. Now the value will be changed as a decimal. You know that how to change the octal value into decimal. In 11th standard, we studied the number conversion 3703. 0, it's a O. 0 O means it's considered as a octal, but the computer will display the output on a decimal numbers. Now it convert that octal number into decimal number. 7 into 8 power 0, 3 into 8 power 1, 7 into anything power 0, this value is 1. So 7 into 1, 7, 3 8s are 24. 24 plus 7, 31. So the output displayed 31 for this statement for the value of B. Next one, C. C is a binary value 1001. Now it convert into a decimal number. Already you know that method because we have studied in 11th standard binary conversion. We convert binary to decimal means power method. 1 into 2 power 0, 0 into 2 power 1, 0 into 2 power 2, 1 into 2 power 3. Anything power 0, the value is 1. 1 into 1, 1, 0. Here 0, so the multiplication is 0. The result is also 0. 2 power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 2, 8. So 8 plus 1, 9. So the value of C is 9 is displayed on the screen. Next one, hexadecimal value D. 0x means it considers a hexadecimal number. It converts into decimal number. So 10 is a binary value. No, I am using here 30 because 1010 is also hexadecimal, but we are using 30. 30 0 into 16 power 0, 3 into 16 power 1. So it's a 0, 16 into 48. So 48 is the answer, will be displayed on the screen. The value of D is 48. So suppose if you are assigning this value to that variable means when you are printing this variable, we get the answer 100, 31, 9, 48 because it all these numbers except A because A is a decimal number. So it will display as it is. Other numbers octal, binary and hexadecimal are converted to decimal number and then print on the screen. Okay. Next, floating point value. You know how to represent the floating point values. For example, A equal to 1.5 E2. Exponent representation, you know that how to write the exponent value. So if you are using A equal to 1.5 E2, the floating point number are represented by the exponent notation. It is considered as a 1.5 E2 means into 10 power 2. 1.5 into 100 means we get the answer 150. So it will display the output on the screen 150. Okay. Already you know that exponent representation we studied in C++ also. Okay. Next, complex number. A equal to 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 4i. Okay, it's considered a real part, it considers the imaginary part. If I'm using a dot real means the answer is 3. If I'm using a dot imaginary means the answer is 4i. So complex number means real and imaginary part. The combination of combined of real and imaginary part is called complex number. If you want to access real part means a dot real, imaginary part means a dot real. Why I am using here a now? The value will be stored in the variable a. So I am using that variable name here. Okay. So these are the numerical literals. Next literal is Boolean literals. Boolean means it assigns the value true or false. That's considered as a Boolean type of literals. A equal to true means B equal to false. I'm writing like this. Print A means I get the result true. Print B means I get the result false. So if you are assigning the value true or false means it considers a Boolean type literals. Okay. Next one, string literal. Already you know that what is string. String is nothing but sequence of characters. Yeah, it may be a word or sentence. It considers a string. In C++, string are represented by double quotes only. But here we represent single or double quotes. Character and string both are considered same. So we can represent the string or character in between the enclosed with single or double or triple quotes. Okay. For example, A equal to, if I am using C means it is also the string literal. B equal to Java. It is considered as a string literal. C equal to Python is a interpreter language. We represent triple quotes means it also considers a string. So string are represented by single, double or triple quotes. Maximum multi-line commands are act as are represented by the triple quotes. Okay. So string literals means the sequence of characters are are enclosed by single, double or triple quotes means considered as a string literals. When we are using double and triple quotes, we are assigning, for example, if I am using A equal to subject equal to single quotes Java means it is also considered as a string literal. String also represented by single quotes. Suppose in this value we have any Java's program. The value have single quotes means if you want to print that single quotes also now, that time you are using double quotes. Okay. The string value contain any single quotes means if you want to print that single quotes now, that time you are represented that string within the double quotes. Okay. So if I get the output Java's program. Suppose if I represent that single quotes means it has a confusion. Interpreter has some confusions because the single quotes are started here. It is considered as the single quotes, closing single quotes. 10 minutes. Closing single quotes. So it will display the error message. So if you want to show the single quotes inside of your string means definitely you represent that string within double quotes only. Okay. So these are the string literals. So token is over. What are the tokens? Once again, I recall this token concept. First token is keyword. Keyword is nothing but reserved word, fixed meaning. We are used that keyword, that purpose only when it cannot be used for any other purpose. Next one, identifier. Identifier is the name of the variable, function, array, module, object is the identifier. We follow some rules to make a identifier. Identifier must start with alphabets, underscore, not start with numbers. Keyword cannot be used as a identifier. Thus, identifiers are case sensitive. That is, it differentiate uppercase and lowercase. Next, we see operator. Operator is nothing but a symbol. It performs some operations on operands and produce the result. Types of operators we are seeing in arithmetic operator, relational operator, assignment operator, logical operator, conditional operator. So arithmetic operator means arithmetic operation, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, like that. Relational means it compares the result. So compare the operands less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, like this. Assignment operator, equal to is a assignment operator. It assigns value to a variable. Logical operator means check more than one condition means that time we are using logical operator. Conditional operator means we are want to check the condition and display true or false part means that time we are using conditional operator. It is also called as ternary operator. Conditional operator is an important theme or question. Okay, arithmetic operator also. Next one, delimiter. It represents the boundary of the value. For example, parenthesis. Parenthesis represent the parameter, boundary of parameter. Square bracket represent the value of list. And then semicolon, comma is used to separate the values. More if you are declare more than one, if you are using more than one variable means using comma operator we can separate them. So these are the delimiters. And next one, literals. Literals means raw data given to a variable is called a literals. So literals, we have three type of literals. One is numeric literal, another one is Boolean literal, next one is string literal. Numerical literal means it contains under the numerical values. It may be an integer number, floating point number, complex number, whatever it is. Boolean literals means true or false. String literals means sequence of character represented by single, double or triple quotes. Numeric literal means it contains some parts. Normally it considers a integer means a decimal, octal. The numeric constant start with 0 means 0 it considers a octal. 0x means it considers a hexadecimal. 0b means it considers a binary numerical letters. That's all. So token is enough completed. In next class we discuss about Python data types. Today homework is conditional operators and literals and then type. Okay, type of literals. So conditional operator home test ID sent. I hope today you are understand my class. Is there any query? Discuss in next class. Thank you.